Let us see what we have. Do I have everything started this time? I think so. See how bad a day it is. Got to have a headache.
You sound very chipper today.
Okay. Load it up. Somebody got kitty spit on my glasses. It's true. Very true. Oh, goodness.
Ascending, retracting modules, handing you the con.
Sure are talking a whole lot here. I'm not doing nothing. Come on. What the hell we got on? Come on. We'll get there. Honest, we will. Somebody knock these on the ground and scratch them. Doesn't appear that way, doesn't it? Damn it. Okay. I'm coming. I'll get something done here, even if it's wrong. Let's get this loaded up. Okay. Down chair. Oh, goodness. Clears the bell. Something's wrong. Here we go. All right, Hoover, I don't need help playing. No, I don't, buddy. I don't need any help. I have no problem crashing myself. I don't need help from the kitty. Nope. Don't need kitty help. Come on. Sometime this century. Here we go. We're off and running. Oh, looks awful good today for some reason. I suppose. Whee! Oh, that's a nice lag spike. Boy, it's really not very good today. I don't know if it's just because all the lag spikes or... just
Space may be lonely. You don't have to. Stay lonely. And better. Join the ship share program.
We'll see what we can do
Your ship
here.
has been delivered to the following landing pad.
We are being delivered. Pad 2. Okay. boy standing there. I think he's broke. Whoops. If we just get rid of lag spikes. Just get rid of lag spikes. Okay, this is getting old here. All right, Hoover, get off there. Little fucker. Yeah, you gotta love kitties. They're just so damn helpful. I have no idea what he knocked off the shelf over there, but it was something he wasn't supposed to. I don't know. It's kind of running kind of shitty here today. Awful lot of lag spiking. We are cowboy. We always go in over the nose of the horse. It's called trick riding. Let's see. What do we want to do here? How about startup? Startup?
Acknowledged.
You're starting to ignore me, and I'm not sure I like that. We have green systems. Takeoff.
Affirmative. 30 meters. You have the con. Landing modules. Retracted.
Wish it would quit doing that. You're not on your toes. You will die a miserable death. Mobile glass.
Displayed.
Contact. Disposal, no. Investigation, no. I do not feel like doing Covalex again because Covalex can never complete it, even when you do all the stuff. Scrap dealer or just incinerate it. Every time it says that, then you don't trade it to a scrap dealer. It doesn't give you a thing. So since there's nothing available, it's either not bugged or just not worth messing with. We'll just go do a trade route. What the hell? Doesn't really matter what we do. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Ooh, we're gonna get to jump right past the station. Change view. Change view.
Acknowledged.
Jump.
Jumping.
Now that was a pretty slick little view, wasn't it? Change view. Oh, by the way, the consensus is on a Spectrum. Star Citizens forums that you cannot run this in.
Really? Oops, that's amazing.
Yes. Yeah, the consensus is in
Really?
Spectrum.
Oops, I didn't know they had VR already.
No, they technically do not. This is not run through. This is Star Citizen, but it is run through VorpX, and VorpX has VR. There's a difference. Jump. Jump.
Jumping.
You have to use VorpX to be able to run Star Citizen in VR.
Really? Oops, I'm Googling it right now.
Yeah, VorpX, I hardly run a game anymore on any AAA title that I don't run in VR through VorpX. That's how much I like VorpX. And of course, I really like running in VR because you have the immersion factor. Jump.
Jumping.
Travel initiated.
A lot of lag spikes here today.
Quantum travel complete.
Okay, that's where we want to go. Pick up some cargo.
Really, oops, VR is still a bit expensive for me now. But I
Yeah.
can see already how games will be amazing with VR in the future.
Yes, and it's just going to get better. The hardware is still in its infancy when it comes right down to it, although Vive now has their Vive Pro, HTC Vive Pro. It now has really good resolution on it now versus what we have in the regular Vives and the Rifts. But they're rather expensive. And just the regular Oculus Rifts and the Vives aren't cheap, of course. But yeah, in the future, everybody's going to be in VR. Make no mistake about it. It just it makes the games completely different. Yeah, you can do Rift now for about $400. Get the sensors, touch controllers, the sensors, Xbox controller, and the Rift headsets about $400. The new Vive Pro, which has the high resolution, you're still looking at $1,000 to get a setup going. A lot of lag spikes here today in Star Citizen.
Really, oops, yeah, I'll wait till the technology evolves and get cheaper.
Yes, it will. It's like everything else. It'll come down in price. It's come down in price from 2 years ago. So yes, it's going to continue to drop. Like I say, it's too expensive for me to look at a Vive Pro, even though I'd like to have the resolution in the new headsets. I'm not going to spend another $1,000. I'll wait.
Really, oops, I totally understand.
Well, let's be realistic. When you're buying hardware for gaming, it's really just a pastime. It's nothing like you have to have it, need to have it, and if you got spare money, that's one thing. If you don't have spare money, the money belongs somewhere else, not on a game rig. But it is fun. Yeah, a lot of people claim you can't even do this. It's impossible. They don't know what they're talking about. A lot of people making a lot of excuses why you shouldn't do it. Some of them are not, there's workarounds. Like voice attack. You cannot you don't have enough keyboard commands in this game for your joysticks or controllers, so you almost need a program like Voice Attack. People claim, well, it's not fast enough. Well, I suppose it's not as fast as you pressing keyboards, but works just fine as soon as you get used to it. Landing mode.
The gear is down and locked.
Come on, lag
Landing gear
spikes.
deployed.
Just love it when you get lag spikes when you're coming into land. Get a rubber band on you and you think you're so far off the ground, next thing you know, you're damn near bouncing. So you have to get used to guessing.
Proximity alert.
Oh, you're fine. Change view.
As
Really
you
oops,
wish.
I'm sure they will find a solution once they will support VR in the game. I
Yeah.
won't lie, I'm not sure that I could use voice with my accent.
Yes, you can train your computer to understand you. You do not have to be fluent. All you have to do is get your computer, your speech recognition to recognize you, and you can do that. Change view.
Change camera.
People think that because of an accent, it will not understand you, but it will, because you can actually train your computer to understand you. So it is a fixable thing, even with an accent. Say you have a command like, just say anything. Say, leave your seat. Say you have a heavy accent. You can just put that definition down, call it leave your seat, and then voice train it.
Really oops, oh, I didn't knew that.
Yes. So
Is the voice in Windows or the game?
It's both. The voice is is actually in Voice Attack, but it uses Microsoft Windows, Windows 10 or Windows 7, whatever you might have. It uses its speech recognition engine, and it's completely trainable to listen, to understand you yourself, not just generic. And it does understand just about everything generic. But as you say, if you're heavy accent or something and you're trying to give it an English command, it may not understand it because of your accent, but you can train it to understand your accent. Like, I've had a couple strokes, open heart surgery, heart attacks. I slur my words sometimes, and I've had to train it to understand those words that I slur, because it wouldn't understand me either. So if it can understand me, it can understand you. Trust me. I'm going to buy acetine here and take it to selling. Not a whole lot of money on this. I only can carry so much. Not like I can fill up on it. Well, I can, but I only hold the SCU, and it's not a very expensive item.
Really oops, oh okay. I need to go feed my horses. I might be back later. Have a great stream.
Thank you, sir. Enjoyed talking to you. Now, horses, that can be a lot of work. A lot of fun, but a lot of work. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Aegis combat assist activated. System
Takeoff.
green.
Ascending.
Landing gear retracted.
altitude here. Get out of the atmosphere. I think we're going to go to selling next. Sell what we have. And we're just doing make work. We'll probably make about 1,000 credits on this run total. Time we get back to Olisar, about 1,000 credits. It'll take about 50-55 minutes, depending on how much we screw around. And how many lag spikes we run into. Always adds to game time. Okay, let's go star map. Star map. Come on, star map.
Activating now.
Why did you activate the first time? Let's see. I wonder if we got a green light. Probably not. I bet we're obstructed. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Okay, I don't see an obstruction anywhere, so we might have a green light. Who knows?
Hello?
Hello, Eden.
Greetings, Commander.
Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated.
Getting nice frame rates. Except for lag spikes. We're getting 40, 45.
Contact. Quantum travel
We
complete.
just got somebody out here flying around. Let's see, we want Hicks, I believe, yes. And we'll force 447, so we'll make another jump. Jump. Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated.
I have to adjust that a little bit. I keep saying that and I never bother adjusting. Where are we at? Should be over here to the side somewhere. 203, that was a good jump. No idea why I'm so parched today.
Contact.
Healthy lag spikes. And there's one thing you'll notice when you're in HMD, when it lag spikes, you move your head. Of course, it now has to wait until the lag spike's over to catch up, so it jumps on you. Just the nature of the beast. Your change is picking up, your computer is actually picking up your head tracking. The game's not recognizing it because it's backlogged with a lag spike. So you will notice that when you're in your HMD in Star Citizen. It's not like watching your monitor. Your monitor will freeze. However, we can still move around in our headset, and that software is still running, and it's actually tracking your headset, so it's trying to update, and the game's not updating because it's in a lag freeze. So you'll see it jump occasionally, and that's why it jumps. That's Star Citizens, that's not your HMD. You learn to live with it. Don't like it, but you learn to live with it. And if it never lag spikes, it never does it. up here. Nobody else is here. This is a armistice zone. Hicks Research is. Landing mode.
Deploying landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
So you don't have to worry about getting hijacked once you're on the ground here. I never use the landing pads. Building once here on the left, or right I should say, duh.
Macau, and I saw your post in Spectrum with the link to your channel. It is great to see someone playing SC in VR. Smiley face.
Yes, people keep saying you can't do it, but it really works really well. Change view. Change view.
Change camera.
As long as you get it set up right, that's the whole key. Change view.
As you wish.
Lovely lag spikes. Fighting lag spikes here today. Seem to be quite a bit of them. Frame rate's good, but just keeps spiking. I was hoping we'd get away from Olisar. It would settle down a little bit. Sometimes that's not true. Come on, you should open all by yourself unless somebody's in there. There is a mission here you can do if it's up. If nothing was up earlier, so I just decided to make trade runs. We're going to get rid of what we bought on yellow here. This is an established trade route I've made where I can make about 1,000-1,500 credits an hour on this run total. Now we're going to buy after we sold, take to our next protocol, and we're going to buy medical supplies. They're rather expensive. I do not believe we'll get more than 6 or 7 SCU with what we have. It'll be 7. We've got 10,000 credits, so you can see it's rather expensive commodity, but we'll make quite a bit of. We'll make a decent return on them. We're not going to take them very far. This is a very short leg on the trip this time. This is a real good run for a little small ship like the Avenger. If you got enough credits, a great run for a freelancer. Or even a Connie. But it takes a whole lot more credits to fill them up. Something you can work up to. A lot of lag spikes. Some days you don't have hardly any. Other days they just everywhere. Start up.
Acknowledged.
Aegis combat assist activated. Systems green.
Take off.
Take off.
Launch complete.
Now we're going to swing around here and
Landing
look
gear
for,
retracted.
let's see, I do believe it's Tram and Myers. It's only about 70 clicks away. It's where we're heading. Just a short couple-minute run.
Shields up.
Won't take us long to get there at all. Looks like the shadows are following us along the terrain here. Sometimes you get to do this run in full daylight. It's always much more enjoyable to be able to see your scenery and flying it in the dark. That's
Weapons
the way it is.
displaying.
As you can see, frame rates are awesome. I get about 40, 45 average. I do not have a super killer rig like people think I do. I've got a Ryzen 5 2600 and I got a 1060 MSI 1060 gaming graphics card, 6 gigabyte of RAM. I don't even have my RAM maxed out. I have 3016 gig of Corvair Vengeance RAM. It's only clocked at 2133 because it's not a kit and it doesn't like to run at 3000 when it's rated as. So I don't even have it clocked up. Landing mode.
The landing gear is down and locked.
Landing gear deployed.
Okay, this is not an armistice zone, so watch yourself, and there's people here. Sometimes it's just not worth taking chances when you have people around. Just keep an eye on them.
Proximity alert. Head.
Yeah. Oops, too far. Carried away there. Change view. Change view.
Change camera.
Make sure we're not going to land on nothing. There we go. Change view. Change view.
Acknowledged.
Go in here and sell our medical supplies. Now you can run back and forth buying medical supplies and selling them. You'll make a decent amount of money doing it. If you just want to get credits real quick, just go to Hicks, buy medical supplies, come to Tram and Myers here, 70 clicks away, and sell. Unfortunately, you can only sell one way because these people do not sell anything that Hicks will buy.
Macau, and I think it would be a great thing if could show your settings and explaining your VR setup. There are so few information about setting up VR for SC lately.
Yes, there is a video on my YouTube site that does have a video that shows my settings, my basic settings. They are subject to change because everybody's rig is a little different, and what mine will do, somebody else's might not. But there's a basic way to set up VorpX. One of the tutorials in Star Citizen of how to set it up to get VorpX running. Then it's a matter of adjusting it to your rig. Okay, on this run, now we're going to buy, because we're just going to go back to Alisar here. And this stuff is really expensive, but it does turn enough profit if you can buy enough.
Macau and OK. THX.
It's really not hard to set up. It might run a little tricky till you get used to it, but it's really not bad.
Really, oops, I'm back.
Like I say, there's a good profit buying here and selling Laurinite to Olisar, but it is very expensive to buy it. As you can see, I only have enough credits to buy what? 5 SCU of it? I'm sitting on 11, 12,000 credits. But it is one of the highest profit margins in the game now, besides illegal systems and stuff that you can buy at the drug labs. And running cargo from the drug labs is more profitable. The trouble is it's very time consuming because you got to chase them down all the time. Once we get coordinates in the game and you've been there before and you know where to go, of course that'll speed that up. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Take off.
Ascending to 30 meters. Retracting modules. Handing you the comm.
Landing gear retracted.
Really? Oops, are you playing with dual joysticks?
Yes, I use dual joysticks, and when I'm on the ground or EVA, I have an Xbox controller.
Shields up.
And with voice attack, that means I've got enough commands that I never touch a keyboard. And to be truthful, if you're in an HMB, and Star Citizen, because we do have so many keyboard commands, it would drive you nuts if you were in your HMB trying to find your keyboard all the time and hitting the right button. I don't even attempt it. But between dual joysticks, having them set up the way I like them, and the Xbox controller, I have plenty of controls, and what I don't have on my controllers, I have on voice attack. Boy, now that's a big lag spike. Some of them take 3, 4, 5 seconds to get over.
Really? Oops, that's awesome.
Star map.
Activating now.
Really? Oops, SC is for sure the next game I buy.
It is fun, make no mistake about it, but it's not complete, so don't get your hopes up that it's going to be perfect, because it's still pretty buggy. Close star map. It is only an alpha stage. Close star map.
Builder live what? You don't already own it?
Close star map. Why aren't you closing? No, there's a lot of people who watch it so far that have not bought a starter package. Well, come on. Where's Olisar?
Builder live, I thought everyone had it already.
Oh no.
Builder live already asterisk. Really? Oops, yes, I know, I follow the game since the start.
Jump.
And no, Builder, I don't own it yet.
Jumping.
Quantum travel initiated. Contact. Quantum travel complete.
Star map.
Activating now.
We gotta find. We had to take a detour to get to Olisar because we were blocked. Close star map. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Let's go this way.
Contact.
Jump.
Jumping.
Not through that lag. Oh, it did. Usually there's lag spikes like that. You'll have to give a command again.
Contact.
Lots of contact.
Quantum travel complete. Contact.
Really, oops, I'm so amazed by the fluidity of the voice commands.
Yes, they work really nice, just a matter of getting it set up and trained. Some people claim they're not fast enough, but I don't know what they want, so. I think they're quite responsive, unless it doesn't understand. Mobile glass.
Acknowledged.
A builder live, that's voice attack for you.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Close mobile glass.
Contact.
As you wish.
Landing mode.
Lowering landing gear.
See, as you see, everything
Gear
looks
deployed.
works pretty smooth to me. Some people hate it, but I don't know. It's, you know, maybe they don't have enough RAM in their computer, or could be a lot of reasons. There's a ship over there that's really bugging out. See it flashing on the far landing pad there?
A builder live, are you using a purchased VA profile?
I am. I'm using Eden.
Really, oops, I can understand that they might be too slow in a PvP situation.
You know what? Not really. I haven't found it to be a hindrance. I mean, what do I use it for in PvP? I use it for locking missiles, firing missiles. You're not going to use any strafe commands or stuff with it. You're going to fly them off your joysticks. All your maneuvering, you're going to fly off your joysticks. So I really don't see, even in PvP, why it's an issue. I can switch my shields around pretty quick. I don't see where anybody think it's going to be that much quicker keyboarding. So I don't have a problem with it. But then, like you say, some people don't like it in PvP. Auto land.
Automated landing enabled.
Initiated.
But you know, everybody has their own preferences. You know, you know how that is. What works for some of us is not going to work for somebody else. They're not going to like it.
Have a pleasant stay.
Now, I think dogfighting in VR.
A builder live, I wrote my own VA profile, called Avina.
Yes.
I was featured on the Star Citizen website as the go-to guy for VA profiles.
Yes,
I streamed the creation of Avina Live.
Yes, I've got my own that I made from scratch too that I use. It's more simple. It's not near as packed as HCS's profiles are. They're kind of a little bloaty, you know. You probably understand what I mean there. Like a lot of crap in them. You really don't need to bury a run. And plus, one thing about when you set up your own, make your own profile, VAP profile for voice attack, you learn a lot too about how your ship runs and how your commands work. But yeah, I actually recommend people make their own profile because it's not necessary to buy an HCS pack. It's an expense you really don't need unless you just want sexy voices. And let's be realistic, it's the only reason I have it. I could care less what, as long as it does what I want it to do. Okay, here we go. See, we had just over 10, so why aren't you trying to sell the whole amount here? Hit the wrong button, maybe? So we made over, yeah, looks like about...
Really, oops, I want a woman telling me, hey sexy, your space map is open. Really, oops, haha.
Let's see what we have going on now here. Mobile glass. Open mobile glass.
Displaying now.
Still nothing going on. Say this, just no missions coming up. Like I say, this will be Kovalex. And I can never get that mission to complete, although it's pretty neat to run around in there. It destroyed a shipyard. Ship hub, I should say. Shipping hub. But I can never get it to complete.
A builder live, I had someone make tones of voiceovers for me. Then I modded the audio. Avina, pronounced Avina, is a smart ass AI.
Okay, nothing going on. That's just a shame we can't. Like I say, voice attack's a lot of fun. I think everybody...
Really, oops, I'll make sure to check your Avina in the future, iBuilder.
We're gonna see if we can't go broke here. Let's call out, since we can't do any missions, we'll make the run in
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Aquila. Although it's been my experience, the larger the ship, the bigger the physics grid, the more apt you are to crash, or the game to crash. I really don't know if that's true, but it's been my experience. My Aquila will crash once in a while. Game crash, and my...
A builder live, she's no longer available. I used to give it away free. But I think someone got a copy. And, well, I won't say anything. But I think they sold it.
Yeah, I'm sure they did. You know how people are. They think they can steal and make money off of it. They sure will. Don't know where you think you're going, buddy. There's nothing out here for you. Now, you really don't think I'm going to let you jump in the ship, do you? Let's see.
A builder live. Yeah, it really pissed me off.
Oh. Well, not talking. But unless he asks, I'm not going to volunteer him. Because I guarantee you...
Macau and do you can use VR controllers too?
Yes. I'm using right now on the ground, like here, I'm using a 360, Xbox 360 controller. Now, to make it work properly, you have to use VorpX to override the control, because it will screw with your head tracking. So you have to override it and use VorpX controls to do it. But you can do everything with it, your function controls, your everything. EVA, I EVA with a 360 controller. The only thing I don't do is actually fly. Then I use the dual joysticks. If you don't override it when you're in your HMD, as soon as you try to use the right stick, it will try to override your head tracking on your headset, and it will do crazy, crazy things. But you can jump, any of the F functions.
Really? Oops, I think he asked if you could use the virtual reality controllers,
yes,
not the Xbox controller.
Yes, you can use your touch controllers. I just don't like them in this game. But you can actually set them up. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can show you what you can set up here. See if I can turn the mirrors on. I'm not going to say this won't crash the game because sometimes it will. But I'll turn the mirrors on here in VorpX so you can see the VorpX control panel. As soon as I find it, let's see. I'm sure I can turn them on. Let's see, I'm in immersive screen, crystal image. Not going to allow me to turn them on. Okay, I might have to be able to switch modes here. Let me switch modes. Okay, we'll go into full VR. Crystal, sharpen. Head tracking. That might not be able to do it anymore. Used to be able to go into see, I have the VorpX setting control panel open now, but you cannot see it. And I'm not getting. Let's go into cinema mode and see if I can get mirror mode on. Scenes offset. Saturation, sharpen, HUD scale, fluid sync. It's not going to allow me to turn mirrors on. Damn. Huh. Some games don't allow you to mirror it because it doesn't like it. And obviously it's not going to let me mirror. And what mirror does is actually show you what each lens of my HMD shows. Ambience, offset, plane, focal distance, crystal image, gamma saturation, sharpen. Nope, I can't turn on mirror mode. Son of a gun. Yep, won't allow me to do it in Star Citizens. Sorry about that. Used to allow me to do it. I wonder what they changed. And you can actually, believe it or not, you can actually see your controllers if you have them turned on in Star Citizen. Oh, or you can see them on my screen. You wouldn't be able to see them in your screen, but they do show up. I don't think they'll show up for you. Hang on, let's Oculus Touch settings. Let's see if I can get them to show up here. Yeah, I can see them on my screen, but they're not showing up. Yep, some things I just can't do anymore. Oh well, it's tried. Alright. I might play with it when I'm offline instead of see if I can't figure out why I can't.
McGowan, never mind. Good to know they can be used.
Yeah, as I said, they even show up on the screen. But I can't seem to get them to do it here. And this is one of the neater ships in 3D, of course, because you can walk around in it.
A Builder Live asks, so, what does your personal fleet look like?
I don't have a whole lot of ships. I've got this Aquila. Of course, I have the Merlin and the Ursa Rover that go with it. I have, let's see, I have the Avenger Titan. I have the Mustang. I don't have anything else. I've got a loaner Hornet that I never use, an F7C Hornet, but it's a loaner for this ship because it's not in the not in Arena Commander, which doesn't make any sense. But I have a loaner Hornet, but I don't use it because I don't want to get used to it. If I was going to buy a fighter class, I would buy a Gladius because I just think it's more fun than the Hornet. Not that it's a better ship or anything, it's just that it's more fun. I'd like to have a Prospector, and I may eventually get one, but I may just wait and buy one when they become available that we can buy them in game instead of spending the cash. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride.
I mean, I'm a small backer when it comes right down to it. I maybe have 500. I don't even have $500 into it, which is a lot for some people, and I consider it really too much. Take off.
Ascending. Retracting modules. Handing you the con.
Take off complete.
But until they get things more, it's hard buying getting ships right now because they haven't even ironed out what everything can do. It's all
Really,
conjecture.
Oops says, it's a lot for most people.
Yes, and I think it's, I have no desire to spend more. I mean, at the state of the game is right now, they're going to have to get an awful lot closer and show me a lot more stuff that works for me to make a decision. Well, do I even want that ship? Star map.
Activating now.
Because as far as I'm concerned, I've got everything I need in the game right now. I don't see why I would actually need another ship except for want. Close star map.
Affirmative.
And this ship, as far as I'm concerned, has too much crap on the HUD. Can be distracting, especially when you get busy. Jump.
Jumping.
Drive is now on. Radar contact.
Although it is neat in 3D to look at it. I mean, but we got an awful lot of shit out here in front of us. You know what I mean? That's very distracting and useless.
Quantum drive
We
is now
want
off.
Benson. And I really wish we would. Sooner or later, we're going to be able to adjust our HUDs for brightness and stuff. That will be so handy. Okay, Benson's over here at 475. We can probably get a little closer. Maybe. We can find a jump. Way out here. Jump.
Radar
Jumping.
contact. Quantum drive is now off. Radar contact. Quantum drive is now off.
And I really think to start this game, the little Titan is the perfect starter ship for everybody. It's so versatile for everything you're going to begin to do in the game. We'll try not to hit that asteroid there. Okay, Benson, where'd you go? Should be down in this quarter somewhere.
A builder live says. I've got a few ships, a Banu merchantman, a Vulcan, an Avenger stalker, a Reclaimer, a Prospector, a Nox, a Terrapin, and a Karak, which I might CC to a Crucible.
Yeah, the Prospector is probably going to be a real interesting ship to have, I think. And I'm just wondering if when they get mining in the game, are we going to be able to buy ships with credits? Because if we can, I'll wait. I'll just buy it with credits in game. Although I would like to try that aspect of the game, mining.
A builder live yes.
But yeah, but will it be at the same time? They've been promising we can buy ships in game for a long time now, and they haven't delivered. I know it's eventually coming, but will it be here in the near future? Oh, I've got
Really Oops says, I have an imaginary 80 cruise ship.
Yeah, I don't want to pay for that one to run it. I've got a little Mustang running around too that I use once in a while. I don't use it very often. I'm waiting for the rework on it. It's kind of a pain in the ass to use right now because getting in and out of it's just really a joke. And it clips so bad. It's real bad at clipping. Kind of like owning a 300 series, I guess. It just clips.
A builder live says, all ships will be purchasable with UEC once the game has launched, whenever that happens.
Yes, but they claim they're going to get that into the game in the alpha stage too, somewhere in the near future, that we'll be able to start purchasing ships in alpha. But I just wonder how, they keep, how they say we're going to do something, but then they,
Really Oops, yeah, that is awesome, but I think for the bigger ships you will need something like guilds.
Oh, I'm sure you will. No, yeah, I'd be willing to bet probably single ships like, I would imagine ships like the Prospector and the Freelancer are probably going to be pretty much you can realistically buy in game with one person trying to make credits. Just like this Connie, I can't imagine buying it in game with credits, what it would cost, the time it would take to make enough credits to be able to buy one of these ships. And it's on the lower end of the spectrum as far as multi-crew ships.
Really Oops says, Star Citizen is not in alpha yet. I think it's still in pre-alpha.
They call it alpha, but I would tend to agree with you that I think it's really pre-alpha. But SIG wants you to believe a lot of things that aren't true, and they do that for marketing. Just like they advertise Fly Now, well, you have to have a whole lot of patience to fly now. I realize it's alpha, I realize the game's not finished, I expect crashes, things to go wrong, to go broke all the time. But a lot of people, even though they read it, they don't believe it, that they get in game, and you know how upset they get when they find out that they've crashed, the game's crashed, they lost all their credits, they got to start all over. because it's not a game yet. It's still just a test bed. I take it with a grain of salt. Not that I don't give SIG a rough time. I do. I think a lot of the stuff they release is pure crap, and they ought to hang on to it.
A builder live they claim we will be able to purchase with UUEC, but these ships will not be yours after alpha/beta.
No, they're going to wipe them every time they make a patch. Even when you buy one, until we get into a live release, you may be able to buy them, but you won't be able to keep them. As soon as they give a new
patch. A builder
patch,
live ponders, whenever that happens.
Yeah, every new patch, every time they make a patch, they're going to wipe everything. They always have. See, I can't hardly read the distance here. This will get me in trouble every time. I think I'm in the 30s. I'm going to go ahead and get out of Super Cruise here, because if I don't, let's see if I can get this 23 kilometers. We're all right. Use the frame of the ship to be able to read the HUD. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, right? And I've tried several times to load the Ursa on this ship. Yeah, and it's spectacular what happens when you try it. It's not game ready. But this ship, technically, this is the Aquila. Technically, it's not supposed to be in the
Really?
game.
Oops, BRB.
It's technically not supposed to be in the game till
A builder
Christmas.
live juckles. Every time he hears the text-to-speech say I builder live as a builder live.
Yeah, you gotta, it's speech recognition. It's what it recognizes. Don't be too mad at it. I can't see the text chat when I'm in an HMD, so I had to turn on text-to-speech to get a workaround it. It's getting better. Landing mode.
The gear is down and locked.
Landing gear deployed.
It takes longer to slow this ship down than it does that little Titan, so I usually start braking long before I get too close. I have bellied this one into the ground many a times, coming in hot.
A builder live says, I know, that is why I have been typing phonetically, ignoring spelling.
Yes. But all in all, it works pretty good. Using chat restream, that way it pops up on the screen for everybody from all the websites, and then it translates it for me. Because one thing I cannot do is put that put the stream chat into the HMD. I don't have a program. Nobody has a program yet that'll do that. And even if it did, it probably wouldn't be very eligible. Okay, we're going to get off here to the side.
A builder live says, it's a shame we can't use Cortana's voice.
Collision alert.
I'm not sure we can't. I mean, I forget who we're actually using. I forget her name. She's Microsoft, but I wonder if I can switch it to Cortana. Change view. Change view.
Acknowledged.
I'll have to look into that.
A builder live we can't.
It's not one of the options? I haven't looked into it, so I don't know, but I don't think I landed on anything. Change view. Change view.
Change camera.
this thing down. Somebody will steal it. Not that I really care, but it just making a pain in the ass. I have to kill myself to get out of here. Exit seat. Exit seat.
Affirmative.
Whoops. Down we go.
Ibuilderliv says, "Oh, I've tried. I've spent far too much time trying to use Cortana's voice, and if someone figures it out, they should tell me."
Might have to download the voice. You know, you can download other voices besides what Windows 10 comes with. So it may be a downloadable voice from one of Microsoft's voice packs. I don't know that that's a fact, but it could be. Although I think the computer should already have that voice. Or they may not want you to use it for any other reason, just because you know how Microsoft is about their priorities.
Ibuilderliv, it's not emphasized available.
Yeah, you know how Microsoft is with their priorities. They don't want nobody else to use their Cortana. They very easily could be that they've made it so you cannot use it for anything but Cortana. Okay, this is gonna. We can buy everything up. We still won't even begin to fill this ship up. 16 SU, I think it holds 96. So even still, using every credit we got. We're nowhere near filling this puppy up.
Ibuilderliv, at least Cortana is on my iPhone and Androids now. Though, Google Assistant is pretty good. Siri sucks ass.
Yeah, some of the voices were just downright annoying. I really shouldn't have left that landing thing down, but there wasn't nobody else here. That's how you get your ship stolen. Lights on.
Lights on.
And using this ship, your cargo shows up, as you can see. As you can tell, it's a long way from being full. We can stack it 3 high, 4 high.
Ibuilderliv laughs. It's not even the voice. The Siri is just a really crappy assistant.
Oh.
I am almost positive Apple will give up and just adopt Siri. Ibuilderliv ERM. Cortana.
They may, you know how it is. Everybody's got to try their own first. Try to make their own. Oops, forgot to turn my exit seat. It's going to bug me the whole trip if I don't. Exit seat. Exit seat.
Affirmative.
Oh, come on. I left the light on. If I don't turn that off, that glare is going to bug me the whole trip. Lights off.
Lights off.
Unfortunately, you have to get out of your seat to be able to turn it on and off. I don't know why that makes sense, but that's how they got it set up. Yeah, it glares across the screens up there, and it'll annoy me the whole trip. Start up.
Acknowledged.
Welcome to VorpX Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Take off.
Ascending to 30 meters. Retracting modules. Handing you the con.
Landing gear raised.
Builder Live exclaims, "My next mobile update, I will absolutely be returning to Android. My iPhone 8 Plus is a piece of shit. Excuse my French."
I've never had an iPhone. I've always had Android, so I don't. I know some people love them. You know, I've never had an iPhone, so I don't know. But I know some people live by them. I think they're all, I don't know, pretty much the same, I guess. I just don't worry about it. Okay, landing gear is still up, down. Why? How about...
Builder Live chuckles, "Some people are stupid too."
Raise landing gear.
Retracting landing gear.
Wonder why the gear stayed down instead of raised.
Landing gear raised.
Who knows? Just a bug. And it might have tried to raise it in a lag spike, so it wouldn't have raised. I just didn't notice it. I seriously think the smaller ships in Star Citizen are more enjoyable. At this time, anyway. We don't know what it's going to be like when all the gameplay gets in it. Right now, it's so hard to do any multiplayer stuff with more than one person because you can't even get on the same server no matter what you try. It's hit or miss. It's more aggravating than fun. Star map. Star map.
Activating now.
Just gonna have to wait to get all the bugs worked out.
Builder Live asks, "Have you flown a reclaimer yet?"
No.
No. That ship is hard to fly.
Close star map.
Affirmative.
I've tried a Starfarer. I've flown all the fighters, the light fighters, medium fighters. I have not. I've done hardly any of the capitals, what I consider a capital ship. They call this a capital. I don't call it a capital ship. Besides the Starfighter, this is probably the only other large ship that I have flown.
Really Oops says, "I'm back. I found my old joystick from when I was a kid playing Flight Simulator. It needed a little bit of cleaning."
Should still work.
Radar contact.
Am I going to be obstructed here? Of course we are. Well, let's see. We can do this one of several ways.
Builder Live, "I'm a mouse and keyboard flyer at the moment, but I may grab a pair of T16000s.
Yeah, that's what I'm using. Left and right hand. You know what? For the price, you know what? I don't. Everybody can talk about their, you know, their HOTAS and their Vorpals and the big expensive Thrustmaster, but these work fine for me. I don't need anything else. Star map.
Activating now.
Oh, I can't get there. How am I gonna? Let's see if we can get to.
Really Oops says, I'll do the same. I saw they were cheap and perfect for the double joystick.
Yes.
Be right back. I still need to clean the wrist holder. A builder live there is now a T16000 dual stick package now. Comes pre-configured with a left and right hand stick.
There you go. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Well, we're just not having any luck. Everything's obstructed from here. Star map.
Activating now.
Oh, let's try Cry Astro. Obstructed too, I do believe. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Well, it's just going to make us jump around the planet, isn't it? Star map. Star map.
Activating now.
Close star map.
Affirmative.
Can that open up the jump points? Oh. Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum drive is now on. Radar halted. Quantum drive is now off.
Let's do one more here to be safe. Star map.
Activating now.
Close star map.
Affirmative.
Must be up. There we go. Jump.
Jumping.
Drive is now on.
Have to be a master navigator to get around these places. Or at least smarter than I am. Okay, let's see. Hicks is the place. 82. Gillette, Terra Mills, Hicks, 540. We can get closer. Jump.
Jumping.
Drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Hicks. Okay, that's where we want to go.
Radar contact. Radar contact.
It would be nice if this ship was a little faster. But the bigger it is, slower it's going to be. Change view.
Change camera.
I'll be glad when we can zoom in and out in our third person view. We used to be able to do that. They changed it, so now it's just static, one spot. Change view.
Change camera.
But they did give us our zoom back in our HUDs, or at least some of it. I don't think it's all there that we used to have.
Really? Oops, I'm back.
Well, we haven't blown anything up yet. But give us time.
Really? Oops, I'll buy that in 1 to 2 months, probably once I'm done with my studies and working.
Yeah, there's no hurry as far as Star Citizen, that's for sure. Landing mode.
Lowering gear.
Landing gear deployed.
You know, I am one of the luckiest people I know. Every time I land somewhere, it's usually in the dark. building do I want here? Put that one over there.
Really oops, I wish you a good stream. I'll try if my joystick is still working.
It should still work.
Really oops and good day to Builder 2.
Yeah, my guess it'll still work. Good luck.
A Builder Live says, cheers mate.
Change view.
Change camera.
Change view.
As you wish.
And they said it wouldn't fit. Exit seat.
Affirmative.
Oh, come on. There you go. We want to sell. Okay, now we can make a buy here. Won't be able to buy a whole lot. Definitely won't fill it up. Get eight SCU anyway. Best we can do on this trip. That's all we have. It's a job for a rich trader, not a struggling one. Come on, Exploit. Almost. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Welcome to Roberts Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Takeoff.
Affirmative. 30 meters. You have the con. Landing modules. Retracted.
Landing gear raised.
Swing around here to Tram and Myers. That'll be the part. This part. Up we go. Let's kill some of this distance. This ship takes a much bigger atmospheric hit than the little Titan does when you're flying in the atmosphere. It takes a much bigger speed hit. Of course, that makes sense. It's a whole lot less aerodynamic. Landing mode.
Deploying gear.
Oh, good. Slow down.
Landing gear deployed.
Come on, leg spike, go away. Come on. Change view. Maybe a whatchamacall underneath of me there, huh? Oops. Change view.
Change camera.
Are you going to turn off? No. Appears to be those panels are bugging out here. Exit seat.
Affirmative.
They weren't supposed to still be working.
A builder live says, affirmative, it would appear so.
I've never noticed them do that before, but... Oh wow, I may not be able to get back on that. That's the trouble with this ship right there. And it's definitely on the ground, but see how far this is off the ground? Okay, I can jump up. Let's see. There are times you get out of this ship, you cannot get back in it. Because it does things like that. Well, that's a person to do.
A builder live says, no, it's actually a problem with the jump mechanic. I am pretty positive a human can jump higher than an inch or two.
Well, that's true. Well, we've gone from 10,000 to 13,000, so we're making a little bit as we go. Now this one will be a risky buy because we're going back to Alisar.
A builder live says, on the reclaimer, if you walk into the drone bay, which is less than knee high, you're stuck in there until you can glitch out.
Yeah. They've got so many traps set up for us. I know that's what it is, it's just traps. Now what was I doing the other day? Recover the box on the Redeemer, black box. Clipped right into an area, couldn't get out. Don't know how I got in, but somehow, you know, it clips you in there, and there you are. Stuck. Possible to get back out. And I'd imagine if I'd have played with it for an hour, I might have eventually found the area where you could clip out too, but I just...
A builder live yup.
I just finally just logged out and said to hell with it. I wasn't going to fight it any longer. Okay, where's my hatch here? Thought that looked like the hatch. Don't know why it wasn't lighting up. Yeah, see how far that is off the ground? Damn near eye level. That's supposed to go almost to the ground. Something ain't right there. Ship sitting on the ground. Flat ground. This is not raising me up. I noticed that. Making a lot of noise, but it wasn't going nowhere. I've actually got on this lift, raised it, and got chopped up. Yeah, all kinds of neat stuff happens. You never know. Startup.
Acknowledged.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System
Well, everything
check.
turned back on, so that wasn't bad. Got a real, yeah, there it goes. Startup. Not startup. excuse me.
Acknowledged.
Yeah, we're already started. Take off. What's wrong with you, woman? Do what I think, not what I say. Take off.
Ascending.
Takeoff complete.
Damn AI ought to be able to read my mind. Don't we have implants in this day and age?
Landing gear raised.
Star map.
Activating now.
Doesn't look like you're activated. We're gonna have to take a detour to get back. So we'll go that away. Close star map.
Affirmative.
Surely it's the one that's obstructed here, right? Come on, there it is. Sure, it's just because we're, well, upside down. Get out of the atmosphere. Change view.
Affirmative.
There you go. There's your screenshot for the win, contest win. Whatever contest they have going on. It's change view.
As you wish.
Yeah. We're pedaling as fast as we can. You know, I really don't understand how their IR works. I am not changing anything. I'm just pretty much hitting the same speed here, not pressing any button, but my IR signal keeps changing. Now, I would think unless I change my acceleration or something, my IR signal would stay the same. But I have noticed it jumps around. I think it's just made up. Because why would it jump around? Jump.
Jumping.
You're lying. You're not jumping. Jump.
Jumping.
Quantum drive is now on.
Now you're jumping. Star map.
Drive is now off.
Activating now.
Close star map.
Affirmative.
Jump.
Jumping.
See, you did it again. You didn't jump when you said you jump. Jump. Jump.
Jumping.
Drive is now on.
I have to check the timing on that. Ugh.
Radar contact.
Imagine that. Radar contact.
Quantum drive is now off.
I also have help from the kiddies. Don't you dare start pushing the keyboard. Facing the wrong direction here. Getting better.
Radar contact.
Come on, wax bike. Yeah, I know that door behind me didn't just open because there's nobody else on board. I would have noticed it before now. Got ghosts, I guess.
Radar contact.
Landing mode.
Initializing landing procedures.
Landing gear deployed. Radar contact.
Mobile glass.
Displayed.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Close mobile glass.
Acknowledged.
Don't I have gear down? Yes, I do. almost looks like I know what I'm doing, doesn't it? If I got everybody fooled. Auto land.
Automated landing activated.
Yeah, I almost gave up the appearance of knowing what I was doing. Change view. Change view.
Affirmative.
Change view.
Incomplete. Have a pleasant stay.
Oh, you betcha. Come on. Exit seat. Exit seat.
Affirmative.
Come on. Oops. Back here. Open, open, open. What you do? I want to sell. I got the right ship. Maybe I want the Titan. What the hell's wrong with you? Okay. Made almost 3,000 credits. Can't complain about that. I do believe we're going to call it quits here for a while. We've been on for about 2 hours, which is pretty good, crash free. Good frame rates, lots of lag spikes. All in all, a pretty good session. A really good session. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll turn all this down. And you guys have a great day.